Now throw in what I've been talking about for at least 20 years now, psychoactive drugs, which the children are being given on a regular basis from morning until night. They're put on medication. Now, medication can be very helpful. It has saved people's sanity and saved people's lives. But in some cases, it's driven them over the edge. There is a huge literature on the connection between certain SSRIs, certain receptive types in the human community, and their inability to process the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors in a proper manner, which yields a terrible, terrible quantity of incidence, rather, not quantity, incidence of suicide and homicide. You're not hearing any of that, and the reason you're not hearing any of it is because of the interlocking corporate directorships, which I described on this show yesterday, something well beyond the average talk of talk radio. I'm not trying to boast. I'm just telling you. It's already, outside the ken. In other words, if a person sits on the board of the pharmaceutical firm that makes the medication that has high association with violence and suicide, and then they sit on the board of, let us say, a major news organization that owns Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or ABC or CBS, and the same people are on the same boards as the drug companies, you're never going to hear this from any of the talking heads on CNN, Fox, or MSNBC, because they don't want to interfere with the income that they're gaining from the other corporation that the person sits on. So you haven't heard any of this about the dangers of drugs and what drug this kid was on. This latest shooter, as sure as I'm sitting here, was on drugs. We know it for a fact because one of the friends of the family said he was being treated with medication. So that's a long way of saying we're living in very confusing, dangerous, sick times.